Creepiest abandoned amusement park.
Is there anything eerier than an abandoned amusement park? It's a place where laughter and children's giggles once drifted through the air, and where brightly colored Ferris wheels and thrilling rides made everlasting memories. But after being abandoned, the neglected parks become home to apocalyptic scenes of decaying rides and roller coasters that are being reclaimed by Mother Nature. 1. Six Flags, New Orleans. First on our list, and perhaps the creepiest of all, is Six Flags in New Orleans, which fell out of business following serious damage from Hurricane Katrina in 2005. The park opened in 2000 and was only operating for a few years before suffering significantly during the hurricane, which displaced 20,000 people and killed nearly 2,000 people. The park closed after Hurricane Katrina and there wasn't enough funding for repairs, so it fell into further decay over the last few years. To this day, there's still an eerie sign at the entrance of the park that says, "Closed for the storm." It's an apocalyptic site, which has been taken advantage of by Hollywood and used for films such as Jurassic World and Dawn of Planet of the Apes. 2. Nara Dreamland, Nara, Japan. Nara Dreamland is one of the most photographed abandoned theme parks in the world. The park was built in the 1960s and deserted in 2006 due to low visitor numbers. It was constructed in a style that was inspired by Disneyland in California and features a contrast of brightly colored fairy tale rides and roller coasters that are now rotting. Everything has been left as it was on the park's last day, and there are even still chairs in the coffee shops. 3. Disney's River Country, Bay Lake, Florida. Disney's River Country was the first water park built in Walt Disney World. The park closed in November 2001. Following the negative impacts the New York 9/11 attacks had on the U.S. tourist industry. The water park has since been left in ruin and hasn't been torn down, making it one of only 2 Disney parks ever to be closed and not removed. 4. Land of Oz, North Carolina. You won't want to follow the yellow brick road here in the Land of Oz, North Carolina, as it will lead you to one of the creepiest sites in the U.S. As a 16-acre Wizard of Oz themed park, the Land of Oz was incredibly popular when it first opened in 1970. However, shortly after opening, interest began to decline and the park became almost completely deserted. Then, in 1975, there was a fire which destroyed parts of the park, and the park was officially abandoned. Land of Oz still opens its gates a few days a year, around Halloween time for visitors brave enough to explore. 5. Dunaujvarosi Vidampark, Hungary. Dunaujvarosi Vidampark opened in 1953 and was a communist-run theme park offering free fun for all people. After surviving on funds from the Communist Party for 40 years, it was forced to shut its doors in 1993 following the collapse of the Soviet Union. It's a truly ghostly site and an interesting insight into entertainment under the Soviet regime. 6. Pripyat Amusement Park, Chernobyl, Ukraine. Pripyat is the most famous abandoned amusement park in the world. The park was a new build, due to open in 1986. However, a few days before the grand opening, catastrophic nuclear disaster struck the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. The park was briefly accessible to locals, but they were forced to evacuate as reports of dangerously high levels of radiation in the area started to emerge, something inhabitants and authorities had been unaware of on the day of the nuclear incident. Today, the park remains untouched and the unused rides are disintegrating or consumed with mold. 7. Joyland Amusement Park, Kansas. Joyland Amusement Park was once the largest amusement park in Kansas. After changing hands and falling into new ownership, the park fell into disrepair. The park ran for 55 years, closing in 2006. The demolition process began several years ago and it still stands as a creepy destination with decaying rides and lost memories.